Next up at UFC 324, we've got Ateba Gautier taking on Andrey Pulyaev. Carlos, who you got in this one?
I'm going with Gautier in this one. He's not wild for someone who's pretty new to the sport. Uh, he's he looks comfortable in the ring. He looks like he's been in there for a long time. Looks like he has a lot of experience, which he doesn't. He looks relaxed. He looks smooth in the cage. I feel eventually he'll just stalk down. He'll stalk Pulyaev, and eventually he'll catch him with something. Maybe later in the fight, like maybe later second round. But I could see first round Pulyaev, like, trying to engage and getting caught with a shot. Uh, Pulyaev, he looked impressive in his win against Klein in the second round. And in the first round, he was taking a beating. And I think against somebody like Gautier, who I think it's weird to say because I think Gautier has been fighting MMA for about 3 years, 4 years. I think he's going to outclass Pulyaev. So going with Gautier, that's my breakdown on it.
Yeah, Andrey Pulyaev, I was saying to Carlos, if you go back and look at that Christian Leroy Duncan fight, he was getting backed up very heavy in that fight, very little output. And I think defensively, he shows he has a little bit of tall man syndrome. He'll leave his chin up there. And even in the Nick Klein fight, early in round one, he got taken down. He got pressured very heavily, and he didn't like that forward pressure. And once Nick Klein showed that he didn't have the gas tank to complete his takedowns anymore, and there was a sign of weakness, Pulyaev was able to capitalize and take over in that fight and ultimately find the knockout. But to me, I think honestly this is going to be, and I'm going to bring it back for 2026, it's going to be one-way traffic here. To me, you got Gautier, a guy who is very composed, still very young, arguably, as I said to Carlos off air, question marks about the 23-year-old 23-year-old here. I think he could be a little bit older, but still very young, still a guy that hits very hard. And the thing that really impresses me here is that although he is an absolute physical specimen, 81-inch reach, a lot of power in the hands, he is very, very composed in the cage. He looks for his shots. He times it well. He throws combinations. He has good takedown defense. He's got all the skills here to really make a run at this 185 weight class. I think people are going to struggle to take him down. I think people are going to struggle to wear him out. He can fight long because of his composed style, and the guy hits like an absolute brick when it comes towards the shots that he lands. And to me, it's not going to take many to get Pulyaev out of there. That tall man defense is not going to work here against Gautier. And I just think if a guy like Christian Leroy Duncan is able to pressure you and kind of back you up, the second that he feels Gautier's power, I think it's going to be all she wrote. So give me Ateba Gautier here to find the knockout, keep that knockout streak alive, and ultimately make a more of an extension here at the middleweight division.